Our goal here is to discuss the concept of clearance in pharmacokinetics, which is a little bit nuanced and it can be tricky at first, but if you look at the units, it becomes a lot simpler. So to start off, let's understand that clearance is the rate of drug elimination divided by the plasma drug concentration, which is equal to VD times KE. Now, what people would tend to think is this is describing the mass of drug that is eliminated per unit time, but this equation tells us that that's not the case. And let's talk about why. So first, let's look here. Clearance, I said, is X mass per time. That's drug elimination. Drug elimination is expressed in mass per time, and instead of using division here, I've just used time to the negative 1 to keep everything neat in one line here. Divided by the plasma drug concentration, and that's sort of a simpler concept, mass per volume of plasma. That's concentration. If we simplify this whole thing, it goes to X over Y, whatever numbers we're using, volume of plasma per time. And we'll talk about that in a second, but I just want to point out that that's consistent. We know from sort of the textbook definitions that clearance is equal to volume of distribution times KE, where KE is the elimination rate constant, time to the negative 1, or 1 over time. So what that gets us is liters per time, because if we looked at volume of distribution, which we've spoken about in a previous video, being the total amount of drug in the body over the concentration of the plasma. It's a measure of how much of this drug went out into the interstitial compartments, into the fat, into all of these different regions of the body where it can go. We said if it was more hydrophobic, it would probably have a higher VD. If it was more hydrophilic, that means it's kind of happy sitting in the aqueous phase, then it's going to sit in the plasma and it'll have a lower volume of distribution. It'll stay in the plasma and it won't spread out over as large a volume. We spoke about this and we said that that's reported in liters. So liters times 1 over time, whatever these units are going to be, should give us liters over time. And so if we take all of this and we try to understand it in English, then what we're saying is clearance is the volume of plasma completely cleared of drug in a unit of time. So again, it's not the milligrams of drug eliminated or cleared. It's the volume of plasma that has drug in it that is completely cleared of that drug in a unit of time. So the little nuances like that are somewhat hard to see the use of when you just think about, well, what's that going to look like in a question? But if we take the time to understand things conceptually like this, it enables us to have a deeper understanding of a whole host of concepts going forward when we combine all of these little bits of critical thinking. At any rate, I hope that was helpful, and keep on learning.